Okay. Easy.
The audience wants to start we ask you to be silent, so it would be helpful for us. Secretary.
Somebody else is watching this freaking Saturday Night Live skit that's on TV right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Nearly, I think 39, 40
Is
years.
anybody else watching this Saturday Night Live skit known as The Debate?
There is no prohibition on releasing it when you're under audit. So you've got to ask yourself, why?
We have the debate on.
I know, I do too. I'm trying not to watch it. It's painful. I'm like, I think they're both lying. And Donald has, I think, about as much cheek color on as Hillary. They had the same makeup person, I think. Maybe even the same hair person.
All of you watching tonight to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen for a couple of years.
Mute everybody, because I know there's a lot of. Well, I can. Never can get it to work.
I don't like
Enthusiastic about
Let me mute everybody.
reasons are because it must be something really important, even terrible.
Everybody just mute yourself. That'll help. I'm going to just turn it over to Tabitha here in a minute and let her get started. So Tammy's working, finishing up the last details with the clean eating group. So be promoting that. When is 3-day refresh, Tab?
The 9th. Is that the Monday after the 3rd, right? Yeah. Or no, the 8th.
Through the 8th. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 3-day. I wanted to say I want to go ahead and just put on the calendar because I really want to do it, and I'm trying to do it around games and stuff, but do a sneak peek.
So would that be the 9th then? Probably if we're following calendar.
Yeah, I mean, I just hate doing. I would say, do we do it instead of? I'm looking at. No, the 8th is a Saturday, so it'd be the 10th. Am I in the right year? Yeah, 10th is a Monday.
Okay.
So we would do it. The 10th would be that, and then so you say the 11th.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
And I think, let me check my calendar. I think I have a game at. The 10th is Columbus Day? Yeah, I have a game. So I won't be able to do it on the 11th because I will be at Metro East.
Okay, so what day do you want to do it? Because I don't care. Like, we could switch it up if Wednesday, if like the 12th.
We could do Wednesday.
Then let's just do that if that works.
Does anybody have a conflict with Wednesdays in church?
Okay.
Well, aren't you going to be doing the refresh that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then why don't you just do the coach sneak peek on Thursday? So you're not doubling up on anything, unless you
really. Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have to do much with a 3-day refresh.
Yeah, because the 3-day refresh group will just run. It'll kind of just like go.
Okay.
Yeah. Tuesdays, here's the thing. For me, Tuesday, Thursdays are horrible. I mean, I can run it because we're coming back from Litchfield. I have games the 11th, the 13th, the 18th, not that. So it would either have to be, we either have to do it on, I did it at, her game is at, see if it's at 5, 6:30. If we did it at like 8:30, but I don't know how you guys feel about, is that late? Too late? I can do 8 o'clock. It's first kick over at 7:30. Okay.
Carlita, what time does your church get over? What time could you do Wednesday night after church, or is it too late?
I can.
Sorry, my evening
We all freeze?
Well, let's just talk about it, I guess, or figure that out later. I don't know. I'm not sure like what, and I'm happy to take the information, Jamie, and do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I can run it. I just need the stuff. If it's a night that you have a game, I'm happy to do it. I just don't have the material I need.
And I can do it the night of a game. It's just I can't do it. I won't be able to do anything till 8:30.
Well, and you were wanting to do, remember we were wanting to do live videos in those, and that's going to be too hard. Like, because we were wanting to pop in and just do live videos because it's just nice to, I think it gives more of a personal.
Yeah. We could do it that following Monday, the 17th, if you wanted to, or if we don't want to wait that long, we can do it before then. Sorry. We can do it like the clean eating group is on the 4th. I don't care. I mean, you guys can do it. I can give you information, but yeah, we can't do live videos if I'm going to be in the car because it's going to be crazy. So it's either got to be the week after or the week before. Did we lose Tabitha? Hey. Okay, we'll talk about that. We can talk about it because it's still a little bit off if we're going to do it. But anyway, yeah, so you guys have time. I'm going to just turn it over to you and let you go.
All right. Hopefully if it shuts me off, then I'll just jump back on if I can. Okay. So there was a lot of success stories. I'll let Jamie talk when I get done and she can fill in anything that I leave out. Cause I think that it might be better for her to kind of give you guys an overview even more than me, because a lot of this is stuff that I felt like not that I already knew, but it was like, it's just always a good refresher to go to these live events because they put it in a different way. They just share a bunch of stuff, you know, and it always reiterates the fact that, like, I always think to myself, okay, I can do this. Like, I'm reminded that this can be done and that there's no reason why I or anybody on our team, for that matter, can do this and succeed in this opportunity. So that's why live events are so amazing. So you guys need to be figuring out which one you're going to. So that's one thing I'm having my coaches do, because we're doing one-on-one calls this week, and I'm having them, they're going to let me know like what live event, the next live event that they're going to. So it's super important. Even though you know stuff that you feel like you already know what to do, it's always good. So the main thing that they talked about, like the bulk of it, I felt like was using your story and being you. So being authentic, and everything that you've been through, you know, in your life or whatever, it was obviously you were put there for a reason. So you've been through that, so you need to share about it. So because that's being relatable. And even though me and Jamie kind of talked about this the other night, we had talked about, you know, when, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago when she had a tragedy in her family, and it's something that she could share about. But she said, and I've thought this before too, because when I know I have friends that are going through stuff and I share a struggle, but my struggle feels like totally irrelevant, like compared to their struggle, and I sometimes feel almost guilty for sharing it, if that makes sense. So, but the bottom line is it's you, and they're friends with you because they love you and they like you or whatever. And so that's okay. Like, I don't think you should ever feel like your story isn't, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Like, isn't worth enough to share. So anyhow, that's what they were kind of talking about this weekend too, just being you, not being afraid, putting fear aside and just like going for it. I have a few notes here that I want to pull up, but real quick, hold on just a second. And then, of course, like finding your brand. So we've talked about this before, but you have to figure out, like, you're not Beachbody. You're not a bag of superfoods. That's not what you are. So a picture of, and I said this on the last call, but a picture of your shake does nothing for anybody. So find something of value to put, and obviously you want to show people what you're doing because you're doing it for accountability reasons too. So I know some of you post your shake because like you're showing accountability. That's good. But don't get in the habit of doing too many, like just, hey, look at me, this is what I'm doing kind of thing. Add value to it and figure out what you can do so that when someone's reading that post, they take something away from it, whether you share a struggle or whatever. So, and they talked about Facebook Live being huge because it gets more attention than a regular post. It gets like 3 times more attention, they said, than a regular post. So even though those videos are hard to do, but people can see the real you because there's no filters. There's no like, they just can see everything. And if you mess up, it's okay because they relate more to that because you're not perfect and you're showing that you're not perfect. So find something you're good at. So whether it's, something that a talent that you have that you're good at that you can share about that your followers, because maybe they don't connect to your fitness journey. Maybe they don't connect to, you eating healthy or whatever. So you've got to find something else for some of these other people. And like Shalene Johnson calls them, like your lifers, that the ones that always follow you and that like your stuff no matter what. You'll have some of those people, but you want to like attract some other people that just are more involved, like with your animals or with your, of course we post pictures of our kids and our animals and stuff, but something else that's part of your brand. Like I love coffee, so I can post about that. Like Jamie's a Dallas Cowboys fan, so she can talk about that. So she connects to people with that. So find other things. So one of the things I want you to do is write down 5. This is something that they told us to do, and you guys should do it too. Write down 5 pillars or 5 things that are you, that kind of scream you. Like Carlita is always posting about her faith and her, her journey through God and stuff. So people relate to her for that. Not that you're just posting about that stuff to get like coaches and customers, because we're inspiring no matter if we sell something. So that's not the goal. It's just the goal is to just inspire and have people relate to you, because they are going to want to jump on board with your positive attitude and stuff that you're doing. Our diamond coach, and she lost every single one of her diamonds. I don't know. She had a bunch of struggles, and she's like back in it, like doing it strong, working hard, and she's gained a lot of it back. But there was girls that were sharing like where they had every excuse in the world to quit this. They had husbands had brain tumors, husbands had cancer, they lost a child, or they lost whatever it was. I mean, they had a million excuses to quit this, and they didn't. So there was just a lot of, reiteration on that too, like the fact that because I talk to coaches, and my coach is on my team, and I know Jamie's the same way, and it's like, well, they don't have time because they have blah, blah, blah. There's always something that they don't have time to do, which we all have that, but you've got to throw those excuses out, because everybody's got stuff that keeps them, but we don't miss work. Like we don't miss work because we have that stuff, unless we took the day off. So you got to kind of think about that, because they talked about how it's you are in charge of this. You're the only one that's going to be able to do it. So a lot of it was just stuff that we've already heard, we've already talked about, but a big bulk of it was like the fact that you have to be you. You have to do, just do you, and don't be scared of it, and don't worry what people are going to think. Even if it's maybe something a little like edgy, they said, like you don't want to really talk about probably like the presidential debate, but like maybe, something that you feel strongly about that you think other people would feel that way too. And it's okay to kind of really, voice your opinion on some things, and just do you and be positive about it. And even if it's something maybe negative, turn it into a positive, and people will see that. And then of course your social media. So I would go to your page if I were you, because like Danielle Notoni, she did a big presentation, and she's amazing. I think she's a positive, not that you want to follow a ton of people on Facebook, but she's a good one to follow if you guys kind of want to see how she builds her brand and stuff. But anyhow, she said, it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 followers or 10,000 followers. If you're not going to do anything with it, with your social media, it's not going to matter. And you still have to be relatable, because she's like, even if I have 10,000 followers, which she's got way more than that, but she said, if I'm not showing things through my day that aren't I'm just a walking beach body, whatever symbol, then they're not going to connect with me. And they really raved. There were some people that came on stage that had nothing to do with Beachbody, and they really raved about the company and how we're known for like not being salesy and not being like spammy and like just puking that stuff all over your Facebook. So we've got a really good reputation with this business, like that's for sure, because we know that it goes way beyond fitness, and it goes way beyond Shakeology and all that sort of thing. And basically all you're doing is just you're sharing about what you're doing. So like Danielle said, you need to get up, you need to drink she's like, every day I get up, I drink my shake, I do my workout, I read a book, and then I talk to people. That's all I do. So it's so simple that it's like, but we know it has to be disciplined, and that you have to do that. And most of these coaches have been in the business for like 5 years. Most of those people that were on that stage have been in it for 5 years. So they've had complications and they've had struggles throughout their journey, because that's what you're going to have, like no matter what you're doing. But every single one of those people were like, do it. And you are going to like, this is so worth it, and that sort of thing. Good night. And what else? And then also like before and afters. I know sometimes we kind of veer away from like sharing our before and afters, and we don't always finish a program, and we maybe just kind of half-ass it, just for lack of better words. So, make sure you're sharing that, or sharing about like what the products and the programs can do. Because even if you don't have a big physical transformation when you do a program, I still think it's good to share it, because even if it's just a very minor like fitness change, maybe you saw more changes than people can actually see, but I still think it's good to share it. So they kind of talked about that too. And I don't know, I think that's really like the main stuff. And like fear is the number one excuse basically, because you're scared of what people are going to think. And there was a girl up there that she had weighed, her name's Coach Tulin. I can't think of her. Well, her first name's Tulin, I think. Okay. Coach Tulin. And she's like, she started out like 350 pounds, I want to say roughly. And she was down to like, maybe let's say, 250. She's still a big woman, because her build's kind of big, but I mean, it showed videos of her, and it showed like how she had every reason. She said when she would do a pull up with like her, like when she would pull her knee up to her chest, her stomach would push up into her chin, and like her stomach would hit her chin. That's how big she was. Anyways, she was amazing, because she just, of course she was emotional, because she's done a lot with the business now, and she's done a lot. So I think either way, if you are skinny or if you're larger, it doesn't matter, because like she has a ton of following because she's her. It doesn't matter. And like Danielle Notoni has like a 6-pack hardcore, like it's ridiculous. You can see it through her dress on stage. And, she said that some people were like, well, we can't relate to you. Nobody can relate to you because you have a 6-pack. And she's like, how much harder I have to work to get people like involved because of this 6-pack, because people don't relate to that, because most people don't have one. So either way, like it was just nice to see a wide range of people that you can still inspire. So when I have a coach or somebody tell me, well, I'm not at my peak, or I'm not at my goal weight, or I'm not at my whatever, so I want to wait until I get there before I start sharing about it. No, because people don't care. That's not why we're doing this. And even if you got to that point, then like you're still going to want to go farther. So that's one of the things they said too. Like when you get to your why, when you get to your destination, if we ever really get to our final why, but if you get to one why, you keep going. Like you don't just stop there, because that's not the end. So So that's the main thing I wanted to really say. I think that pretty much sums up what I was going to say. I do have some coach forms that the very last girl, Andrea Crowder is her name. She shared some forms with us for our team, and it was awesome because they're really good forms that I forget even like the specifics on which ones they are, but it was like for your coaches and for just for team stuff. So I'm going to share those. And then I think that's pretty much it. So Jamie, I'll let you talk. That way you can kind of fill in on some stuff and talk about your biggest takeaways and maybe kind of talk about how much, what the live event was for you. Even though it's kind of a big live event for her first event, like it was a big one to be your first because I'm just assuming that, you didn't know quite what to expect. And it's kind of the golden event of the year. So she picked a really good one to go to be her first one. But go ahead and let us know, Jamie. You can talk a little bit.
Okay. Basically, I thought it was fantastic. There was one, I think, speaker that I missed because I was checking out. And the hotel was a piece of junk at that point in time. So either way, I just wanted to let you know a little bit about, I highlighted a ton of my stuff just to kind of go over some, just to kind of fill in the blanks of maybe what Tabitha didn't say. I think also during the presentations and conference and everything, they really did push, you want to attract people that you like. We're not doing this to headhunt people to go out and I want you for my business. I want you for my business. I want you for my business. It's more of attracting people to your business, not necessarily going out and hunting for them. And that's where that whole be you and everything. And there was a good quote on there. It says, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So you're not going to attract people who are not like you. You're going to attract people who like what you do and what you're doing. One of the other speakers said, build a bridge from where you are to where you want to be, because you're not going to be able to just jump over that huge river or whatever it is and then get to where you want in one leap. It just doesn't happen that way. If you take steps and actually build that bridge across, then it's going to work a lot better for you. And also, you're too important for excuses. Each and every one of us are fantastic. We have our own reasons for doing what we're doing, and making excuses for it makes no difference whatsoever. Making excuses just hinders us from doing what we really want to do. Some of the personal development books that they had said that maybe you would like to read or should read, which I'm in the same boat, but we've heard this one before, The Compound Effect, one called Tribes, and one called Stop Saying You Are Fine. Those are some of the ones that they recommended just kind of reading for personal development. Also, you can reach your goals over and over. That was another thing that was kind of stated. You can hit diamond over and over and over. If you fall down, you pick yourself back up and you get back to where you need to be. So that's always a good thing, that if you happen to drop out of it or drop a coach or something and that drops your rank, you can get back to where you were before. It's not like you're completely out of the game. So be 100% your authentic self. That was, like I said, that was one of the big things that they were preaching, was just be you, because that's going to attract the people that you want to attract. Sorry, I'm just trying to read through some of my notes.
Another book, Jamie, do you remember they talked about Big Magic? They brought that one up a couple times. And I had never heard of that one. It's called Big Magic. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Also, there's some different things like positive reinforcement. They had a video showing of a lady who had never really done basketball before in her life, and she stood up at the free throw line and they put a mask on her. And then they had this group, and it was a staged group watching her shoot the basketball. And like I said, she was blindfolded, and every time she shot the basketball, she never made it. But those people who were in that staged group as an audience, they were like, yeah, good job, because she thought she made it every single time. And then when they took the blindfold off, she started shooting the basket without her blindfold on. And she missed the first couple, but then after that, she started making them over and over and over because of all the positive reinforcement. Like, everybody was building her up. And then they had a guy, and then the next one, they had a guy who knew how to shoot a basketball. And they had him shooting. He made 9 out of 10 baskets. He knew what he was doing he didn't have his blindfold on or anything. And then they put his blindfold on. And then that stage group or audience, whenever he did with his blindfold, he was missing them. And they were all like, oh, boo, you suck, type thing. And, oh, man. And it really brought him down. They took his blindfold off again, had him shoot again without his blindfold, and he hardly made any of them. He made like 5 out of 10. Though we know that he could make 9 out of 10 because he did it right before that. So, like, positive reinforcement and negative feedback, just type different things like that whenever we're doing something, especially within our team or whatever. That positive reinforcement's a really big thing. I think Micah Folsom, she's one of our 15-star diamonds or whatever, she had said, make memories a part and priorities a part of your business. Don't make it so much business and your life. Make your whole life into the business. So, like, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm going to go play with my kids now, and then, oh, but I have to do my business, and they can't be one and the same. Does that make sense? So, like, you want to make sure that what you have in your life is in with your business as well, because that's what's going to help make your business.
Didn't she use the term like weave it in or something?
Like weave it into your business. Yes.
Okay.
And also, another big thing that they talked about was being your own problem solver. Don't expect everybody else to have the answers all the time. Like, if you have a question, don't hesitate to ask, but find out where those answers are at to those problems. It may be a quick thing. You can jump on and ask Beachbody a question or whatever. But then when it comes down to it, like your invites and your messages to people, you're going to have to figure that out. Be a problem solver. You can hear what other people are doing and kind of take bits and pieces from everybody else, but be your own problem solver. That's going to build confidence in you. And that's what's going to make those invites and everything else that much better for you, because you're building your own business. You're learning it all yourself, and it's all going to be like, it's all you. So that's kind of a neat thing that if there's a will, there's a way. That's one of my biggest quotes that I go by a lot. Video ads, they say make sure that you do a ton of live videos. OPC, other people's content. How many of you guys actually share a ton of other people's stuff? If you share somebody else's stuff, write something that you like about it or what you got out of it. Don't just share it, because nobody's going to care that you just shared something. Somehow put your words on it too. Lindsay Gray, which we had a team call with her not long ago, and she did the team call. They were talking about doing a 7-second looping video for your profile pic. And I don't know. I can't remember, Tabitha. You could probably, well, no, I think it's actually in Facebook. You can actually just record yourself doing some funky thing, because if you comment on somebody's post or whatever, your eye is going to catch movement. And if your profile pic is moving, they're going to catch that with their eye, and they're going to go to your page, and then maybe they're going to have questions about that kind of stuff. You know, it doesn't have to be super silly. It could be you just waving or doing something like that. But if you guys ever just look up Lindsay Gray, and it's LINDSEY GRAY, and if you ever look her up, her profile picture is her doing some silly dance moves. So, but it's good marketing. I mean, they're going to catch her, and they're going to go to her page. One thing that Danielle Natoni was saying is, don't use corporate pictures on your post on your personal page. Use those in your challenge groups. So, like, if you're going to do an ad for Country Heat or Hammer and Chisel or whatever you're going to do, don't actually use those corporate pictures. Just talk about it or whatever, and then maybe use those corporate pictures in challenge groups so that they get the full effect in the challenge groups. Don't be so salesy or whatever in your actual personal page. And another big thing, and Tabitha talked, and I talked about this too, was hit Success Club every month. That's just a big thing. And Tabitha and I talked about, you know, if you're hitting Success Club, that means you're adding people to your business. And that means from that pool, you're going to get a bigger pool of people to pull your coaches to make those get to diamond. I mean, it's just hitting Success Club every month has got to be a priority, because it's only going to make your business bigger, which not necessarily bigger is better, but you're finding more people to pull in to be coaches. So if that makes sense. To be responsible, keep your promises to others. To be successful, keep your promises to yourself. So that's like a big thing. So to be responsible, keep your promises to others. If you're going to be successful, keep them to yourself, because, you know, if you don't keep your promises to yourself, you're just not going to go anywhere. And a couple other things. They said to kind of get a professional photo done. You know, you don't want to go to your page and have like you standing there with a can of beer, a bottle of wine, drinking it or whatever, you know, which it might be fun. Yeah, hey, Tammy, you're drinking your shake. It just made me think like, you know, you just don't want to do that. You know, you're going to attract so many people. You want to be professional about it, right? So maybe have like on your cover photo or something like that, a nice professional picture of you doing, I don't know, looking at your shake out. I don't know, some type of professional picture. 80-20 for posting. 80% of the time, make a post about value. 20% of the time, do a post that's engaging and making an offer. So like 80% of the time, make sure you somehow link, I don't know, something good about drinking water or your Shakeology or something, add value. But then 20% of this time, make sure it's engaging in some way, or asking them to a challenge group or clean eating group or whatever. And oh geez, I've got a lot of notes that okay, so, oh yeah, I guess a couple more things. Inspire your team to do what you wish for your team to do. So if you're not willing to put in the work to show them how to do it, your team is not going to do it, because they're going to follow you because you are the leader, which I struggle in this a lot. Like, and all of this stuff, like I may be like, oh yeah, you need to do all this, blah, blah, blah. But I am like in the total same boat. Like that's why I have so many notes, is because I thought, well, I could do that, or I could do that. I need to do that. So but inspire your team. Make sure you're doing your post each day. Make sure you're drinking your Shakeology. You're showing them how to be a good leader. And Christine Dwyer at the very end, she's like, make sure you have deadlines for your goals. You cannot just set a goal and never have a deadline because you're never going to get it done. So, and my son's running around with a plastic hammer right now. So if you hear something beating, that might be him. But have a deadline for your goals. Otherwise, you are not going to make those goals. And so she's like, don't work at a snail's pace. So if we're pushing to diamond or you're pushing to emerald, whatever, it makes no difference. Say, I'm pushing to diamond, so I want to be there in 2 months. That gives me a deadline. I need to be there. Don't do it like 6 to 7 months from now, because you're going to lose your fire. You're going to be like, oh, I should have been there by now, and then you're never going to do it. So that was a big thing too. So I think, I don't know. I hope I didn't ramble too much, but I hope I gave you some stuff that just to think about at least. And I have all of my notes. All my notes are handwritten. If you want me to take pictures of anybody, I know Tabitha took a ton of notes on her laptop, which was fantastic. And she's added all of that stuff on to the group. I would highly, highly, highly recommend just skimming through and reading those. I mean, it's not going to be, we did the highlights, so it's not like you're going to be sitting there for 3 days reading all of that stuff. So take a couple, 20, 30 minutes and read through some of that stuff. It was worth going down there. It was worth sitting through each of the lessons because I got something from everybody. And even before the conference even started, because we got there Thursday afternoon, early afternoon, sitting and talking with Tabitha and actually talking to some other of the coaches, I got more out of that just within the first day than I thought that I would never get in the whole conference. So you come to these aha moments when you're out of your element and you're out of not doing the same routine all of the time. You're almost allowing yourself to be able to think clearly a little bit and kind of open your mind up to different things. So to me, it was worth going down there to meet different coaches, to talk to them, meeting your upline even, like talking to Lindsay Gray. That was fantastic. I shared a room with her. With Tabitha and 2 other women. So it was just fantastic to go down there. I highly recommend being able to go down there, though I highly recommend that you plan for it and just make sure that, whatever you can do to save money for it, great. That was a big issue for me, was I was so afraid that it was going to cost so much money, this and that. Or actually part of it was I didn't know how much money I would spend. So that's completely in a different realm. But I mean, if it's something that you guys would like to do, I really highly recommend, because it's such an intimate setting with everybody. And then doing the live workouts was kind of neat. There was a lot of people in one little room, and it just seemed like I felt sorry for the people behind me because I'm not good at choreographed stuff. So it was quality entertainment. So, but either way, I'm going to get off here and you guys can talk about whatever else you need to talk about.
No, I think you did awesome. You hit a lot of points, like a lot of the stuff that I think will help everybody. But yeah, I think Lindsay was kind of saying she didn't know if she felt like it was as good as Summit, because that's like kind of the rumor, or not the rumor, but that's what a lot of people say, that it's better than Summit. I think it's better than Summit, hands down, not because the information's better, or not because the information's any different, or the trainings are bad, or the trainings are better. I think it's better because like Jamie said, it's intimate. Like there's only 850 people there, which sounds like a lot, but Summit is just like it's just a mess. Like it's great. It's fun. It's a good experience. But like Jamie said, it's so much more intimate because you just feel you can chat with more people. It seems like you're just more one-on-one with people. So it's fun to surround yourself with the people that are doing the same exact thing as you. It doesn't maybe seem like it would be that inspiring, but it's awesome when you get to talking to people. You talk about, you talk about rank comes up usually. You talk about how they got involved with coaching, and one thing leads to another. And we met a friend. I think that will be a good friend of ours, and it was kind of neat because she's from California. She didn't really have a big upline. I think her upline was there, but maybe they didn't really include her. It was kind of weird. Anyhow, she's really nice, and so we met somebody through that, so it was really fun. So anyway, I think that was like about all really for as far as that goes. Jamie, do you have anything to I did go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, no, I mean, I went to the two for my very first year and then last year. And I just think, and some it's not that, I mean, some it's great because it's just the environment, I would say. I mean, those are obviously the two big events. And I know that it's hard to commit to that because of the financial, because especially, with Summit this year, you could have driven to Nashville, but it's a hotel stay. It's all those things. I mean, you can always share rooms, but for me, I just personally love Platinum, and I'm sad that I had to miss this year, but I love Platinum Edge because it is just us. There's no one that's there that's going to be from another, the other leg. This is just Christine Dwyer and her people. And so, I don't know, I wasn't there for the information, but I always feel like there's so much information that you get there that you can get. Like Tabitha and I have joked around multiple times, like we really need to come back and go to a hotel and work for 3 days after that without any interruptions, because you get so much information, but you literally can't apply everything, and then you get back and it's like, okay, well, you need to be with your family. And then it's like, you got to sell challenge packs. You can't even, it's hard to just jump in and do those things. And so, but I didn't miss a live event my very first year. And I know you guys touched on Success Club, and I think that I know we don't always see the value in Success Club because we're not, it is money, but you understand that when you hit Success Club, like that is the single thing that you can work on and control. I can't control when my coaches fall off. I can't control whenever they, quit their Shakeology. I can't control those things. I can control the amount of time I put towards hitting Success Club. And it's a no matter what. I mean, we joke around about it all the time, but I know that Tabitha's going to hit Success Club 10 just because she starts and she doesn't quit. And you find a way to make it happen. And I know that that's frustrating for some people to hear because you guys are struggling. But you gotta understand, if you're struggling, we're struggling the same way. I mean, I'm at 8 now, and there are 5 people. I talked to 2 more today. They're all like, oh, yeah, we're ordering. I'm going to have to probably call them like 16 times in the next little bit just because it doesn't happen. But anyway, I just think live events you can be at, save up for them, make it a priority because that is where you see the big picture. That's all I can say. I mean, just because I've done it. So I don't have anything else.
You have like a whole year to save for it. And actually, Christine just posted in our Platinum Presenters group, and I thought I was going to get the dates for next year, but they didn't say anything about the dates, which I was kind of surprised. Well, she just posted in there and said that they're looking at a different venue and a different place to have it. So they think it might be in February, not this February, because she's like, there's no way we can prepare another event in like 4 months. But she said she thinks that it will possibly be in February the following year. So there might not even be a Platinum Presenter or Platinum Edge next year, but something about they're in a contract with the Gaylord, which is where we stayed. And they think that a new place that they found will accommodate and be better for this event. So anyway, they're like, put $1 in the jar every day you drink Shakeology. Like basically that's every day. So put $1 in a jar and, start saving for the event is basically what she said. And she said she'll let us know as soon as she figures that out. And also we get all those live videos. I forgot about this kind of, from what I understand, and they just said this again in the group, we get all the live videos from the presentations from that since we were VIP. So that's awesome. And we get all the slideshow, the PowerPoints too. So it will be good if you guys want to watch. You know, I could give you like my favorite, and Jamie could give you her favorite top 3. You know, if you guys don't have time to maybe watch the whole thing, but we could tell you maybe the 3 that we took the most away from, and you could watch them and kind of get a sense of what it's like. So I'll let you know when they said they let us know when they release those, and I'll let you guys know when I see that in the event page. So anyways, I don't know. I think that's about all really.
Calendar.
Oh yeah, the calendar. I talked to Jamie about that today a little, but I haven't really got to like figure out about our calls, because I kind of want to do something different, because we do have a few new coaches on our team. So I want to do like a new coach call one week and skip out on the team call. Not because I don't want to do a team call, but because I think for me, I feel like it's good to like kind of, I guess, specifically talk to a group of people about one thing. Because sometimes when we're on the team calls, like you guys might have questions, but like I've been talking the whole time, and you don't get to ask your question or whatever. And I think it's good to talk about different things depending on who's on the call. So I'm not sure. Me and Jamie kind of wrote it out a little. One thing I'm doing, Jamie, that I didn't tell you, and maybe you saw in my page, but I'm doing a coach of the week. So I'm just trying this out to like get a little bit of interaction in our team page. So I'm doing a coach of the week. So I picked Carlita for this week. So she's the coach of the week. So she went in today. She did a live video, just like a little bit about her and about what she's doing in her business, and just a little bit. And then she's going to give a tip every day this week. And not necessarily like a big tip, but just maybe something that she's doing with her business, or maybe something that she could help somebody with. So I'm hoping like that we can, and there's not very many coaches on our call, I know, but when they watch the recording, hopefully, I hope that like we'll give like these people a little bit of love that are taking time out of their day to share. Because like, of course, I know some of us, like we always hit the love button, but I'm like, come on guys, like let's like give Carlita some love here. She just got on a live video. She's like, talking about her story and stuff. So I think it's awesome. And I appreciate you doing that. But I just think it's something fun that we can do, because I can post in there and I can tell y'all what I'm doing. But sometimes I'm like, depending on the day, I'm flying by the seat of my pants because I'm barely getting my stuff done. And then I'm just thinking I'm not that helpful because I'm not doing this. I'm not really on track, or I don't have a great system, or whatever it is. And so it's good to just hear from other people. So we're going to try to feature like a coach of the week. And I'm not going to say we're doing it every single week, but I think at least a few weeks out of the month, it would be nice to do that. And even if it's a repeat, it's still good. It just gets everybody more involved. So anyways, that's an idea. If you want to try that, Jamie, I think it's been kind of exciting so far. So anyways, and I didn't pick, there's no rhyme or reason why I pick a coach. I picked Carlita because she had success. She was the highest success club earner last month. And I picked Jamie for the following week because she was going to be at Platinum Presenters, and she was going to have some good information that maybe she could apply, that she could kind of talk about here and there on her week. So that was my first 2 picks, and that's why I picked them. But there's not much behind it. It's just supposed to be a fun thing. So that's pretty much it. One thing though, Jamie Wheeler was asking me, so Jamie Simpson, can you tell me like when you do your calendar, so like I know you do your Google Calendar, what's the best way, like I don't know that I could put, what's the best like electronic, or I'm dumb when it comes to this calendar stuff. So how could I share like my team calendar? So I could put in like, if I want to do our team call on the first Monday, and then I want to do a diamond call on the second Monday,
Right.
What should I do?
And we have, and I don't know how, here's the thing about the diamond call, because mine still pops up. Funny you say that, every Friday, because you remember like back whenever Haley and I would try, but Haley couldn't get on, but we would do it like early in the morning. Like, do you remember we did a diamond call, but it didn't last very long. Because I think that I love my diamond call and we don't have, a bunch of diamonds, so that doesn't, but I love the diamond call that I have with Christina. It's great. But on your calendar, it gives the options. Let me see if I can pull it up while I'm on here. Because I have mine shared. Pull up your calendar here. It brings up the options, and you have to just send a link. There's like a link on there that you can search, and I wonder if I could do a video and show you how I share it.
It would just be nice if I could get my act together, like at the end of September, create like, the clean eating group. And I know we all already kind of know that in our head when that's going to be, and we know when the coach sneak peek's usually going to be. But it's just nice to have that wrote out, and then I could fit other stuff in that, whether it was like a team, because I'm going to do one-on-one calls. So I've already scheduled a few of those, and, just add stuff in, and I don't know the best way.
Well, let me see here. Because like right now, mine has the clean eating group. I wonder, let me see if I can share. Because I know I did it. I can mess with it and see if I can give you the exact, because our calendar is shared and it was shared in Team Motivation Nation, which I don't know how that obviously you want your own, because that's not going to matter. But
right. I was kind of wanting to create one, and I know it's like, but then I can put our team stuff on it too, but then I could put more of my stuff when I want to do my like new coach call. I can put that on there for our team and stuff.
Yeah. I know you have to go to like calendar settings. If you go into your calendar and then over on the right, it says settings, you go to calendar settings, and like I have where mine says shared. And it's because I share, like we have calendars for all, like Tommy has one, kids have one. And I have this under Simpson Fitness, and it's our team calendar.
That's through Google, right, Jamie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's through Google. And so you can just share it. Like right now, mine is shared with, I have the link. But yeah, you just have to go in and it says make the calendar public. And then you can share it with specific people. But you can also share, like, it'll show you you can, like, allow people to go in and make changes. So if you say, like, that's where that Acuity I used, because then they can go make appointments to set up their calls with me, and that automatically goes onto my calendar on Acuity. But
we might be getting to the point where we could use that Acuity. I didn't see a need for it before, like
I love the thing. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just, again.
But now I can see where it could maybe come in handy, once you start to get more of a team built up.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess, is that like a picture that just would show like a big calendar and it would have it wrote out, or is it like a big old, like big, huge document? I was wanting something kind of simple, but I don't know. I can look into it.
Like if I look at my calendar, like sometimes I can take a picture of it. Like a screenshot, we can screenshot it. So that's.
All right. I'll look into that and see.
There's also, and I showed this to you, but I pointed it to you on my phone, but there's one called Time Tree, and we use what Shannon and I uses, and it just basically merges our calendars together too. But you can share it just like, I think it's like an email link or whatever that you can just share it, but it's an app on your phone. So I thought maybe that might be something to, if you didn't want to go the Google route or whatever. I know the Time Tree is pretty easy to use. So, and it alerts you whenever you have something new as well. So like if Shannon would add something to it, then it would say, or have like a dot on it that it was new or whatever. So.
All right. That's true. That's good. I forgot about that you mentioned that. Yeah, that's funny, Jamie. I just saw your picture with the presidential debate.
I was dying laughing because I was like, gosh, dang, I can't stand these.
That's hilarious. They actually talked about Snapchat this weekend, like it's the big deal, and everybody's using it to tell their story. And it's funny because Lynn texted me a while ago. She's like, did they train on Snapchat because you're really on it, or you're really something, because I've been posting a lot more on it. And I'm like, I don't know. But it's fun because you can just be stupid, and you can't really do that on Facebook all the time because it gets annoying. Like, so it's fun when you can just be dumb, and with all those apps, I don't know. I'm probably having more fun.
As long as you're dumb and not like, and I do love Christia Horde, but I cannot.
Oh, you missed her this weekend.
I'm like this when I go through.
Listen to this. She got
40.
up.
Yep, 40.
She got up on the stage during the Danielle and Darren Natoni did country. Danielle did Country Heat and Darren did Insanity. She got up there on the stage to do Country Heat with her, like, get up. And I don't think they invited her. And then Danielle looks back and goes, "Oh, hey, girl." And then, like, that was it. Oh, my gosh, it was hilarious. And so then we told
what her name was. It was funny. She's like, "Hi, who are you?" And then, like, she asked, "What's your name?"
Yeah, it was really
awkward. It was, like, awkward because we're like,
And she's so sweet, but at the same time, like, literally, like, I could show you right now, like, this is what you don't want to do on Snapchat, because, I mean, I can't, like, there's just no, I just can't. Here we go.
And forced to pull up from the east to one of the committees in
And I don't have her on Snapchat.
No, and that's nothing. I have went through before, and there's been 63, and it's been like, so now I'm going to make my shake, and we're going to add peanut butter and banana, and I'm going to add a banana, this size banana. You know, I mean, it's just like everything, every step she does. I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's funny. I mean, I was watching Lindsay's. I also figured that they did something on Snapchat because Lindsay was like, Snapchat.
Well, no, Lindsay, actually, before the event, Lindsay said, I'm committing to sharing my story on Snapchat for the weekend. And I'm going to give this a try. And if I like it, I'll do it. But I'm just going to, like, basically blow up my story on Snapchat for one weekend. Because Carly Sabev, I guess, sold 4 challenge packs from Snapchat last month. I know, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's probably people that already follow her, but then maybe, you know, again, it's more of a personable thing. People really get, if you use it like that, people really get in on what your life's like. If you're sharing your daily, you know, every time you, I don't know, go poop or whatever, I guess, you're sharing all that, then they, like, really see who you are. I don't know, but.
And I prefer Charmin.
Oh, yeah.
wow.
When I like.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I don't really know that, but that's why Lindsay, I think, was inspired to, not that she's trying to sell challenge packs from it, but she's like, okay, I'll try it. So she committed to it. But then it gets a little addicting because you're, like, on these apps and you're talking funny and then you're cracking yourself up. But anyway.
And then you're cracking yourself up. I was cracking myself up on Hillary and.
Yeah, that's funny.
Face swap. Yeah, well, that all sounds great. It sounds like you guys had a good time, and I'm jealous because I didn't get to go.
Yes. Well, okay, Tammy's asking me, can I have your email so I can share the cleaning menu? Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, I'll send you my email,
She's
okay?
like, can I have your email so I can send you a message because Jamie's hair looks totally horrible and I just want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. Oh, crap. Oh, shoot. All right, I'll send it to you, Tammy. I think that's all for tonight. Are you guys good? All right. Okay, post the recording, Jamie, so I can share it, please.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Okay. Out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.